Good morning, everyone. My name is Andrea Miti Hamid. I am from BEd 3. So today, we will be understanding the role of research-based knowledge in education. So what is research? Research is but one way to obtain knowledge. It is systematic attempt to collect information about an identified problems or question, analyze the information, and apply the evidence that strive to confirm of refute some prior prediction or statement about that problem. It is a knowledge accusation gained through reasoning, intuition, and most importantly, through the use of appropriate methods. So research defines as creative and systematic work undertaken to increase the stock of knowledge. So research involves the collection, organization, and analysis of evidence to increase undertaking of some topic, characterized by a particular attentiveness to controlling sources of biases and error by Wikipedia. So educational research. Education research is the activity which direct towards the development of a science of behavior in educational situations. So the ultimate aim of such a science is to provide knowledge that will permit the educators to achieve his or her goals by the most effective method, by G.W. Best Robert, M.W. Travers. So, educational research is a systematic of rigorous investigation that applies empirical methods to study and solve challenges in the field of education. Educational research is first purposive. So educational research is purposive because it has specific goal in mind, to inform and improve educational practice. This focus on achieving a particular aim sets it apart from other forms of inquiry by Chris Will, GW in 2014. So educational research is second, which is objective. So according to Mertens DM 2015, educational research may not be perfectly objective, but it strives to be unbiased and rigorous as possible by acknowledging potential biases and employing sound methodology. Research can generate reliable, trustworthy knowledge to improve educational practices. Educational research is concerned with problems to be solved and endeavors to organize data in quantitative terms. So, educational research prioritizes solving real-world issues in education, like low achievement, by measurable gathering data. This quantitative approach allows gathering data research to compare results, so identify trends and find solutions that can be broadly applied. Educational research is a systematic and accurate investigation. So educational research is systematic and accurate because it follows established procedures for data collection and analysis, minimizing bias and ensuring findings are reliable and trustworthy. This systematic approach allows for the replication of studies and the verification of results. So, educational research collect facts. Educational research gather facts to build a solid foundation for improvement. By collecting objective data, researchers can identify problems, measure their impact, and evaluate the effectiveness of potential solutions. The purpose of research in education. First is to discover new facts about known phenomena. So the purpose of research in education extends beyond discovering new facts about known phenomena. While discovering new facts is certainly one aspect of educational research, its purpose are broader and more multifaceted. By collecting data on familiar issues like teaching methods or students' achievement, research helps identify what worked best on why, ultimately leading to improved educational experience. Purpose of research in education is to, second, find answer to problems that are partially solved by existing method and information. So by addressing partially solved problems, research in education plays a vital role in advancing knowledge, improving methods, fostering innovation, meeting evolving needs, and supporting evidence-based decision-making in the field. So, purpose of research in education is to improve existing techniques and develop new instrument or product. So, educational research aims to improve existing techniques by analyzing their effectiveness and finding areas for enhancement. So, this knowledge is then used to develop new instrument or products like teaching strategies or educational software to address educational challenges more effectively. Purpose of research is to order related, valid generalizations into systematized science. So educational research aims to organize valid findings from various studies into a cohesive body and learning, allowing can benefit a wider range of students. Another purpose of research in education is to provide basis for decision making. So one purpose of educational research is to provide a foundation for evidence-based decision making. This means their choices in data, not just guesswork, leading to more effective strategies for improving students' learning. So another purpose of research in education is to satisfy the researcher's curiosity. So curiosity might spark initial interest in a research topic. So the primary purpose of education goes beyond personal satisfaction. So educational research aims to use that curiosity to generate knowledge that can be applied to improve teaching, learning, and educational outcome for all. So, the purpose of research in education is to find answer queries by means of scientific method. So, one purpose of education research is to find answer to educational queries using scientific method. This method provides a systematic and objective way to gather data and on teaching, learning, and educational system. So this data allows researchers to hypothesize, identify effective practices, and ultimately improve educational outcomes for all students. So, the purpose of research in education is to acquire better and deeper understanding of one phenomenon that can be known and understood better by research. So, by aiming to acquire a better and deeper understanding of educational phenomenon, research in education contributes to the advance of knowledge, informs practice, and supports evidence-based decision-making. So, the last purpose of research in education is to expand or verify existing knowledge. So, educational research services the dual purpose of expanding and verifying existing knowledge. It delves deeper into known educational phenomena like student motivation or effective teaching strategies. By collecting data and analyzing results, research can confirm existing knowledge or several new aspects, leading to a more comprehensive understanding of how students learn and how educators can teach best. So the characteristic of research. First is research is systematic. It follows an orderly and sequential procedure that leads to the discovery of truth, solution of a problem, or whatever is aimed to be discovered. Second, research is controlled. All variables except those that are tested or being experimented upon are kept constant, so not allowed to change or vary. So that changes made on the subject of the study can be attributed only to the experimental variables. This is especially true in an experimental research. So third research is empirical. So all the products employed and the data gathered is perceived in the same manner by all observers. For instance, one says that there are 5 persons in the room. All agree to the existence of the 5 persons. However, if one says that there are 5 ghosts in a room, one or none at all may believe it because it not all because believe in ghosts or not everyone believe in ghosts. Ghosts are examples of data that are not empirical. The fourth is research is analytical. There is a critical analysis of all data used so that there is no error in their interpretation. Fifth is research is objective, unbiased, and logical. All the findings and conclusions are logically based on empirical data and no effort is made to alter the results of the research. Six is research employs hypothesis. This is to guide the investigation processes. In experimental studies, hypotheses are expressly stated, but in descriptive studies, the specific subproblems or specific questions serve as the hypothesis, and the hypotheses are tested and not proved. So seventh is research employs quantitative or statistical method. Data are transformed into numerical measures and are treated statistically to determine their significance or usefulness. So number 8 is research is original work. So except in historical research, data are gathered from primary sources or first-hand resources and not from secondary sources, usually printed materials such as books or this, etc. So number 9 is research is done by an expert. So the researcher uses valid and carefully analyzed, designed procedures, valid data gathering instruments, and valid data. He subjects his data to expert. So number 10 is research is accurate investigation, observation, and description. So in fact, every research activity must be done accurately. So the findings will lead to formulation of scientific generalization All conclusions are based on actual evidence. 11 is research is patient and unhurried activity. So this is to ensure accuracy. Research that is hurriedly done or conducted carelessly due to racing against time may lead to shaky conclusion and generalization. 12 is research requires an effort-making capacity. No research can be conducted without the exertion of much effort. No one without any effort-making capacity can conduct a research because a research involves much work and time. So last one is research requires courage. So of course, research requires courage because the researchers oftentimes undergo hazards, discomfort, and the like. At times, the researcher encounters public and social disapproval, colleagues may arise. So there are types of studies in educational research. The first one is quantitative studies and the qualitative studies. So quantitative studies research involves the collection of data so that the information can be quantified and subjective to statistical treatment in order to support or refute alternate knowledge claims by Criswell in 2003, page 153. So based on positivist paradigm, experimental. Within the positive paradigm, experiments are the gold standard. So they aim to create a controlled environment where their causal effects on educational phenomena. These allow for objective measures and testing of hypotheses to build generalized knowledge about teaching and learning. Quasi-experimental. So within the positive paradigm, which emphasizes objectivity and experimentation, quasi-experimental designs aims to investigate cause and effect relationship in education while lacking the full control of a true experiment due to real-world constraints. This design analyze existing groups or situation to assess the impact of an intervention. So, correlation. Correlation within the positivist paradigm. Correlation refers to a statistically measured association between two variables. So, it indicates that changes in one variable tend to be accompanied by changes in the another. So, but importantly, it doesn't establish causation. Qualitative studies. According to Criswell in 1994, he defines qualitative research as an inquiry process of understanding a social or human problem based on building a complex holistic picture formed with words reporting detailed view of information and conducted in a neutral setting. So based on humanistic paradigm, there is first the survey. So survey in educational become a tool to understanding individual experience and perspective. They aim to capture the live realities of students, educators, and stakeholders, fostering empathy and information practices that better serve their unique needs. So case study. In humanistic case study focuses on understanding an individual's unique experience and their striving of self-actualization. The research aims documentary analysis So within the humanistic paradigm, documentary analysis becomes a process of interpreting document not just for factual content, but also to understand the values, beliefs, and experience reflected within them. It seeks to uncover the human stories and meanings embedded in the text. So development. So from a humanistic perspective, development is a lifelong journey of self-actualization where individuals strive to reach their full potential through growth, creativity, and sense of purpose. It emphasizes the importance of fostering a positive environment that supports individual exploration and the fulfillment and unique needs. Ethnographic. So from a humanistic perspective, ethnographic research in education, it emphasizes understanding the life experience of educators and students within their culture context. It aims to capture the richness of their perspective and the meaning of they make of their educational world. So historical. From a humanistic perspective, history isn't just a collection of facts, but the lived experience and interpretation of past individuals and culture. It emphasizes understanding the human stories, values, and motivation that shape past events. The last one is philosophical. From a humanistic perspective, philosophy is the pursuit of wisdom and meaning through critical reflection on the human experience. So it emphasizes human reason, values, and potential to understand ourselves, the world, and our place within it. It's their unique. Um, it is there and question of clarification. So that would be all. Again, I am Andrea Miti Hamin. So I hope that you've learned a lot of things from my discussion. Until next time.